What's going on, guys? Welcome to an episode of Sports Freaks Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Cummings. The NBA Finals begins this week and is the matchup that America wanted. We have the San Antonio Spurs taking on the New York Knicks. This is going to be a very entertaining matchup, and especially for people from Chicago, is that Jalen Brunson, the New York Knicks superstar, is from Chicago. On the other hand, Wembanyama, who's been the best, at least in my opinion, the best player in these playoffs. But let's dive right into it. Our topics of the day, we'll first start off with what does the Spurs need to do to win this championship. Then we'll dive into what the Knicks need to do to win the NBA championship. And then I will give my predictions who will be this year's winner. So, let's start from top with the Spurs. What do the Spurs need to do? They need to let Victor Wembanyama continue to dominate. The Spurs team, although they do have guys like Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, he hasn't been that good this postseason. But Wembanyama needs to continue to get more playing time, and he will. We all know that. He has so far in this postseason gotten 32.5 minutes, averaging 23.2 points. And again, this is a guy that knocked out one of the better teams from Thunder. I know the whole official controversy, but if the Spurs continue to give their star Wembanyama the ball more, they are going to win his NBA Finals. Now, let's head to the defensive side of the ball for the Spurs. Although they're not getting production out of De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle from necessarily the offensive side, mostly De'Aaron Fox, but if they're going to win this championship, they need to lock in defensively. Jalen Brunson, who is one of the best players when it comes to clutch time, if they can lock him down, they are going to have a really good chance of winning. Push the pace. The Spurs, although they are a more talented team, they're also a much older team. Whereas the Spurs, they're a younger team, they'll be able to push the pace more. Then, we win the rebounding battle. The Knicks are one of the tallest teams in the NBA. Although the Spurs do have Wembanyama, of course, 7'4", and it's going to be a lot more tougher for the Spurs and Wemby to get the rebounds. But if the Spurs can win the rebound battle and limit the Knicks to getting a lot of rebounds, again, another good chance here. Now, let's move into what the Knicks need to do. They need to give a ton of pressure to Wembanyama. And I think the Knicks have a lot more depth than the Spurs do. The Knicks are a more experienced team with Karl-Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, and other guys as well, like Miles Bridges, Mikal Bridges, not Miles Bridges. My apologies. OG Anunoby. They have some guys who are a lot better experience, but need to make Wembanyama work for everything. There is a whole lot of depth on the Spurs, but if the Knicks defense can limit Wembanyama, the case closed. The Knicks are going to win this series. Jalen Brunson, he has to continue to be clutch this year. Jalen Brunson in the playoffs, 26.9 points per game, 36 minutes. And again, Brunson, I'm somewhat rooting for the Knicks here because Jalen Brunson is from Chicago, and on the other side, keep defending at elite level. The Knicks playoff defense has been outstanding, and the wings can make it very difficult for especially a young San Antonio team. Then take advantage of the experience gap, which I've talked about a lot this video. Is hey, this is a team of Knicks that have a lot more experience than the Spurs, who are one of the youngest teams in the NBA. All right, now we head into my finals prediction, and I love both these teams. I have no hate towards any of these teams. I know the Bulls and the Knicks have a little bit of a rivalry, but that was a long time ago. I'm going to take the Knicks in 7. I think the Knicks have much more depth, and I think it's with their depth and experience and Jalen Brunson being clutch, I think the Knicks will power forward and defeat the San Antonio Spurs in 7 games. Drop a comment down below. Who do you think will win this year's NBA Finals? Drop a follow as well, as we are almost to 600 subscribers. Make sure you guys like the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.